Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Liezel, and this is Fitness Friday Live. And it's just a live YouTube weekly chat with different guests answering your health, your wellness, your fitness, and anything spiritual related journeys. And it's a live interview with a guest every single week. And we get to answer questions. It's not just me asking the guest questions. It's a chance for you to join in into the conversation, ask questions, or give advice or give tips as well. So Fitness Friday happens every Friday at noon, South African time. And it's an opportunity for us to share our fitness journeys, to share our struggles, because it's not always easy when it comes to fitness, health, spirituality, wellness. And it's just a way for us to help each other, to cope through the difficult time, to come out of lockdown and just support each other. And I try and find the most interesting guests to join us every single week. So I'd like you just to drop me a message, say, hi, Liezel, let me know where you're watching from in the world. Nice to see Kathy watching, watching and saying happy Friday. Kathy, nice to have you joining us live on Fitness Friday. Hi, Kathy. Anyone else joining us, please feel free to drop your message down below, pop your name on screen. I know that can be a bit overwhelming, seeing your message pop on screen. If you are a bit nervous about asking our guest a question and you don't want to post the question live, you can post it in the direct comment or the personal message box on Facebook or on YouTube. I'll be able to see it on my side, and I won't post it to our guest. So please feel free to ask questions. It is a safe zone. We don't judge here. We all go through the same fitness struggles, health struggles, wellness struggles. So I wanted to create a safe space where we could all just chat. We could share our journeys. We could share our highs. We can share the great achievements from the week. And we can also just say hi from all over the world. So hi all the way, Shahir Davids in New Zealand. Thank you so much for watching. Isn't it about midnight there at the moment? Thank you for watching. Class, nice to have you from your loft in sunny Cape Town. Well, it's quite overcast from the side of Cape Town. I am a little chill in the air. And our guest today does hail from Cape Town. So keep those messages coming. Our guest is from Wellness Warehouse, and I thought we'd get a retail partner to join us today to answer those retail questions that you've been dying to ask, those wellness-related questions, those health-related questions. And of course, it is Fitness Friday Live, so feel free to answer and ask fitness-related questions as well. And our guest might be the expert, but you might know something and you want to share a tip with our guests. So it's your opportunity to do so. You just type it in the comment section below and we share it with our guests throughout our interview on Fitness Friday Live. So put your virtual hands together for our guest today from Wellness Warehouse, Kate Aitken. Kate Aitken, I'm trying to say that quite quickly. Welcome to Fitness Friday Live. Nice having you join us.
Thanks, Liezel. Thanks so much for having me, and hi to everyone who's joining us. It's nice to have you all.
And it's from all over the world. So we're going to have some interesting questions posed to you. But how it normally starts is I make it really hard and I ask you what is called a quick fire Q&A. And it's your chance, 5 questions. You've got to answer them as quickly as possible. And it's just a fun, quirky way to get to know you better.
Cool. Let's go for it.
Okay, here we go. Kate, tell me your favorite. Is it beach or mountain?
Mountain.
Coffee or tea?
At this point, I'd have to say coffee.
Favorite fitness activity? It can be anything, or health activity.
Walking in the forest.
Oh, I love that. Favorite cheat meal? Do you have one?
Oh gosh, I would have to say it is zero sugar superfoods chocolate. I'm addicted to chocolate, so yeah.
Oh, I have to try that. Never tried it before. And then favorite healthy meal?
Green smoothie. Can't ever go wrong. So yeah, favorite.
Fabulous. So on that green smoothie note, I'm just going to throw forward to a Instagram video I did with you guys, Wellness Warehouse, and I made a green smoothie with some quirky ingredients from my fridge and then some products from your store. So I do want to share it. So if anyone's watching our Fitness Friday Live and they haven't seen it, I will share that. We share the link for you in the comment section below, so you can go and take a look at some of the great products and the green smoothie recipe. And Kate, if you've got a favorite green smoothie recipe, please share it with us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do that. I mean, I like to make it nice and easy. So I'm a big fan of the superfood blends that you can get. You know, they have your wheatgrass, your moringa, your baobab, all the goodness in it. And you literally chuck in a banana, some water, maybe a few hemp seeds, blend it up and you're good to go. So that's my go-to.
That's super easy. But how did your wellness and fitness journey start? How did you, there's two steps to this question. How did your wellness journey start, and how did you get into Wellness Warehouse?
Yeah, thanks, Liezel. I think my wellness journey started at quite a young age. So I grew up in a family where everyone is pretty fit and active. So growing up in Johannesburg, I remember coming to Cape Town on holiday, and instead of just being able to play on the beach all day, my parents would want to take me up Table Mountain. And I remember I used to drag my feet. I didn't want to hike up Table Mountain. You know, there were funner things to be doing. But anyway, that's kind of where it started. So I would say the good habits were instilled from an early age, and I always played sport and that at school. So it's always been a passion of mine. And then, to be honest, fast forward a little bit, my first job out of university was at an advertising agency, which is really fun, I mean, from first job point of view. But that's when I really started to ask myself some health questions. You know, I didn't feel like my wellness and my health was where I wanted it to be. I was suffering with some chronic fatigue, some gut-related health issues, and I just really didn't feel optimal. My energy was starting to wane. So I started just doing tons of research. And then I found myself traveling. I went and did a retreat in India where I just learned so much about Ayurveda and all these ancient healing modalities and methods. So yeah, from that point onwards, I must say that was a real shift where it just became such a passion. And, you know, like all things in life, it's a journey. So, you know, each little bit has led me to the next bit. And so it is. And then I eventually found myself in the food space with Woolies, where I did a short stint. I then moved to another retailer, spent some time overseas, and then in between have done some extra studies. I've done some health coaching courses, some other coaching courses. And then have found myself now at Wellness Warehouse. So it's really been such a colorful mix. I think by nature, I'm very curious and inquisitive. So I'm always up for growth. And I've just kind of thrown myself at exploring what's out there. And I must say it's been a challenging but very rewarding journey. So, yeah.
I want to ask you, how do you, there's so much research, there's so much fake news when it comes to fitness and health and wellness. There's so much real news. How do you sift through and find the right information?
You know, I think it's all about, number one, exploring. So when you start doing more exploring, you'll start to trust more credible sources. And I think we can rely quite heavily on our community for that, you know, people who we trust, and if they share trusted resources with us. And then, Liezel, I think it really comes down to how you feel, because there are as many different ways of being and living as there are people on this planet. And so you've really got to feel it out for yourself. I don't believe there's any one size fits all. So I think it is unique to each individual. And I also think, you know, going back to basics, I think we overcomplicate it to a degree where we try to make it about, you know, the next best supplement or a shake or, you know, and while those can be beneficial for sure, it's just really going back to, you know, am I eating whole foods that haven't been altered and had loads of chemicals and preservatives added to them? Am I making sure I'm drinking enough fresh, clean spring water if possible? Am I getting enough sleep? You know, what is the quality of my relationships? How do I feel about what I do work-wise? So there are so many components which tie into the whole. And I feel like, you know, sometimes, and I speak from a personal point of view, we get so fixated on just the food front or the exercise front. And those are two very important components, but they are merely components to the greater whole. So it really is about nurturing the whole picture.
And this is what I love when I moved to Cape Town. Johannesburg, this is about 10 years ago, Johannesburg hadn't jumped on as quickly as Cape Town in terms of wellness and in terms of, I'm talking about healthy foods. We had more options here with restaurants opening, offering a variety of gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian health options. And it's just incredible to see how over the last 10 years, Cape Town has grown, but I was in Johannesburg for a week last week, how Johannesburg has just leapt, and I think almost leapt ahead of Cape Town in terms of wellness offerings, in terms of fitness offerings, and also in terms of looking at the picture holistically. Yeah. So it's quite interesting to see how the country is progressing and how we are looking at everything from a holistic level and making sure that the food we're eating from to the relationships to our health as a whole and to fitness as well is really making a difference to South Africans everywhere across the borders.
For sure, absolutely. And I think, especially now in these times that we're living in, I think there's been an increased emphasis on the importance of health and well-being. At the end of the day, health is our biggest wealth. And so, if we have that, ultimately, we're winning, or I at least feel. So yeah, vital.
Do you have a day when, I know you said you like chocolate, but do you have a day where you really binge on something and you feel guilty and you go, okay, I work for Wellness Warehouse, I've just binged on pizza and burgers and chips, and do you allow yourself to have those days?
I'll be completely honest. I guess over the last sort of decade, my taste buds have just changed so much that I actually absolutely love healthy food. So that is, I'm sorry to be boring, but that is what I eat, on most days. But I will say my passion for food sometimes results in me overeating. And there's also too much of a good thing. So I have too much. And going back to that chocolate, there's been days where I've just had way too much of that. So I've got to watch myself in terms of portion size, because I think that's my biggest issue.
I love your honesty. I think we all have that whenever it comes to something really good. So Wellness Warehouse gearing up for the end of the year. What can we expect? Is there a Black Friday, or are you steering clear from Black Friday this year?
So yeah, Liezel, we are getting involved in Black Friday. And to be honest, I had mixed feelings about this. Of course, Black Friday is, a big retail event, or most retailers take part. So we want to be able to take part, to be able to give our customers extra value and some, I'm sure, much needed discount on some vital health products. So yes, we are taking part, but what I'm really excited about is that we've also got a give back initiative which we're running. So that's going to run hand in hand with the discounts which we're giving our customers. So I feel that we've really looked at this thing holistically again. And I think, again, more so than ever, it's so important that we consider our community and what we're doing for our community. It's been an incredibly challenging year for, I think, almost all of us. And, it's really been highlighted in terms of, how do we live in this world? How do we help support others? It goes beyond the self. So yeah, we're really excited about that. So everyone can look out for those offers, which will be available too.
And the Give Back Project, tell us a bit more about that.
So the Give Back Project, we've aligned with an organization called Rise Against Hunger, and we will be contributing and quite a large number of food parcels to the organization, which we're really excited about. So again, just understanding the need for our community to be supported. And we're also, as a team, going to be getting involved in packing those food parcels. So again, it's not just the financial component, it's also how we're getting involved as a team. So we're really wanting to walk our talk and also show that we are, part of the broader community.
Well, it seems your customers are loving that. So he says that's awesome, Kate. Well done to you and the team. So it's already being well received. I don't know if you've told anyone about it yet, because it's only coming up in the next couple of weeks, but it's already getting a thumbs up on Fitness Friday Live. So Shahir, thanks so much. And anyone else that's watching, you're welcome to post your messages, your questions, your comments, suggestions, tips, advice. This is a conversation with myself, Kate, and you. So feel free to post the questions, feel free to comment, feel free to interact with us at any time. We love getting your messages through. If you are watching this post our live, feel free to comment down below. We do get back to you, and we'll post Kate's details and the team from Wellness if there's perhaps a question that you may have, or a question that you might have surrounding a product or advice. Feel free to reach out to them. Kate, I've got a message coming through from Anonymous saying it's so hard to eat healthy and make it affordable. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes and no. So I think what has become super trendy now is, all the latest, superfood supplements and additions, and that's like the cream on the crop. So they're great. And, as I mentioned earlier, I love using my superfood powders and making my smoothie in the morning. But yes, it does come at a price tag. So it's recognizing that we can go back to basics. So, maybe starting your own veggie garden, growing your own vegetables, where those vegetables come from. You can trust that they, not laden with chemicals and other kind of nasties. So I feel like that's a really good starting point. And really, like I said, making sure you're getting enough water in, so there are these simple basics which we can implement into our lives, and then we can build on that. So yes, the additions are great, but I think it's about getting the basics right first. Oftentimes we try to skip the basics. So we'll skip maybe on the sleep, or we will, over exercise, or and then we feel that, or we won't exercise. And then we feel, okay, well, we can just have a superfood shake and then that will fix everything. So let's go back to the basics first. Let's get that foundation right, and then let's build on that. But yes, I mean, to answer the question, there are all the fancy additions out there which do cost. But I would also like to encourage, I guess, this shift in awareness around, I guess, the importance of health. So oftentimes, if we look at our monthly budget, we might see that we're spending a whole lot of money in areas that might not be entirely necessary. I think we all get a bit of a fright when you look at our receipts at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So it could just mean, okay, well, instead of having that coffee every day that I get out at, my local coffee shop, maybe I'll make my own coffee, and then I will save up the money that I would have spent during that week and put it towards, something, maybe whatever supplement you want to get, or anything to add to your wellness regime, essentially. So I think there's ways around it. And I think it's just human nature to want to go full tilt. So I think it's about
yes.
Yeah, it's a baby steps.
It's the baby steps. And I find myself, I'm a fanatic. When I see something, I want to try it, I want to talk about it, I want to experience it. And at one stage, I found myself with a range of superfoods and multivitamins. And I started reading the labels and realizing that, oh, this one has this in, and this one, it's just under a different name, and it's got a few other things. And I narrowed it down, and I broke my costs down and brought my costs down on a monthly basis, because I wasn't buying 60 different varieties of vitamins. I was just using what I actually need.
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. And I think, the human body is so intelligent too. Our bodies produce the things that we need naturally, so I guess there's this trust in our bodies, and it's our body's ability to be able to do what we need it to do. So if we just get the basics right, then I think we've done a lot.
Now, I've got a comment here from Jean, and I'm going to answer it, but if you have a comment to add to it, he says, how long does it take if you plant veggies before you can actually eat it? Now, you said we should be planting our own vegetables, but there's also so many community gardens, and I'm especially talking about Cape Town, where you can go directly and purchase your vegetables from a community garden. I know in Westhuizen, they open the gardens there in the week. To go and purchase vegetables. You purchase whatever is in season. I know in Woodstock there's some gardens. We've got the Westhuizen market in the waterfront. So there are, and if you look, you'll actually find, and you talk to people in your community, you'll find those little community gardens, and it's a great way to support your local communities.
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment I'm living in an apartment, and so when I finally have a bit of a garden, I can't wait to plant my own veggie garden. I don't have one currently. But to your point, Liezel, I pop down to the Westhuizen market, once a weekend. I get my fresh produce from there. And I guess it's about the whole experience, arriving at the market, the farmers are there, you understand where your produce has come from. It's all loose fruit and veggies, so you don't have a plastic component, which is also part of the whole picture. It's a really nice activity to do on the weekend, and that you're supporting the right people, and it all feeds into the whole. So I would suggest trying something like that. It's a good first step. And then I think that whole new level of appreciation comes in when you actually start planting and eating your own vegetables, because there's a sense of understanding where this food has come from. So it just tastes that much better.
Kathy says it's good to plant vegetables that are in season and plant them a couple of months before season. So thanks for that advice, Kathy. Keep those messages coming, please feel free. Kate, your team, the Wellness Warehouse team, was involved with season 2 of 5 Color Fitness on SuperSport 8 and 9, and it's now catch up on Showmax. What was the experience and the feedback like?
Yeah, thanks, Liezel. We've absolutely loved it. We've loved working with the FHA team and our crew of influencers. And I think it's just, from our point of view, it's been so exciting to see, like I said, this uptake of wellness and people getting inspired about eating and living well. So that really was, for me, I guess the highlight, and seeing the message of well-being spread. I've seen it even in personal relationships or at work, just people starting to engage with life in a more healthier way, which I think, if there are, and I really do feel there are benefits of COVID, that has certainly been one of the benefits of COVID, is this groundswell around wellness and taking ownership of our health and realizing how important it is. So yeah, I mean, FHA getting out there and providing a platform where people can tap into that knowledge and insight. It's just so helpful, because you mentioned earlier, Liezel, we all in this together. We all just doing the best that we can, and no one's got it 100% right. No one's got 100% perfect, and we all learn from each other. So the more we can encourage that community feel and support each other, I think the more powerful it is. And, since we've got this degree of separation, a lot of us aren't going into the offices, a lot of us are social distancing. It's just more important than ever. As human beings, we were built to connect. And so, yeah, I've just loved seeing all these initiatives that have come out of this period of time, just allowing people to really connect, and maybe even in a more intimate way, because I think we realize the importance of that. So, yeah.
And I love FHA_fitness health active have a Instagram, Facebook, and a YouTube, and they've been really great at interacting back. So if someone has a question or a comment, they reply straight away. They give you access to their fitness professionals in terms of live updates every day or workouts every week. They've teamed up with you guys for some social media influencing and recipes as well. And it's just made the fitness industry more accessible and more real and more. I found just before COVID, it was an extreme separation. It was either the super fit or the runners at the back, like myself. And FHA and yourselves have given this platform where it's accessible. It's okay to be at the back. It's okay to have fun with your fitness. And it's okay to ask questions of these incredible fitness trainers that are under the FHA umbrella.
For sure, absolutely. And I think, for a lot of people, it felt inaccessible or a bit intimidating. So now it's just made it more open, more inclusive. And Liezel, what I've also been so excited to see is just more people getting outdoors, engaging with nature, because it's so much more than exercise. It's just soothing and it's stress releasing. As you said, I live in Cape Town, so driving past Newlands Forest, which has always been a favorite for me. I mean, on the weekends, it's unbelievable. You just see cars parked for kilometers, and there's whole families getting out, kids and parents, and everyone's just getting out and being outdoors. And I think, again, this is a change that is going to stick. So no longer are people congregating in malls and fast food courts, but they're actually saying, hey, I really like getting out in the forest and putting my feet in a stream and just being out in fresh air. So that's really exciting.
I saw that in Johannesburg as well with I was going to say Deer Park, but Delta Park. And it's just everyone's on their mountain bikes, families are out riding together, and it's just so amazing to see, and socially distanced and keeping it safe as well. So it's really nice to see. And I have to thank Olwethu Klaas. She sent me an article this week from New York Times where they've talked about something called the R Walk, AWER Walk. Yeah. And what it is, it's a walk in public or anywhere on the mountain, and you're looking for like special things, like a flower that brings this feeling of or the sea, and you drive past Newlands, and that's that moment. And apparently that's really good for your health as well, and it improves your mental health, makes you feel good. So what I'll do is I'll share the article as well. Just it's called the R Walks and the R moment when you're out training. So that's just something special to share with you. From a wellness point of view, and I got another question coming through from Anonymous saying, what is the one wellness product I should have in my stable of goods in my pantry?
Okay, so that is a tough one, because again, I think it comes down to your personal desires when it comes to your well-being and kind of where you're at. But I'm such a big fan of greens. I think the more you can incorporate greens into your diet, the better. You know, they're filled with so many micronutrients and trace minerals, fiber. So I'm going to be boring and mention this again. I would say a really good quality green superfood shake. Wellness as a brand, we have our own brand one. Soaring Free Superfoods in our stores have a great option too. So I would say that would probably be one of the best additions that you can add from a food point of view. You know, from a supplement point of view, always having a really high quality multivitamin is helpful. And yeah, I would say those two things are key.
I have to tell you, and I discovered this just after lockdown. I didn't realize you had this in store. The wellness range of greens comes out in a little sachet. It's actually in my fridge. I should run and go and fetch it to show you. So you don't have to buy the big bag, which might seem overwhelming, a whole 750 or 250, however big. You get a smaller sachet so you can test and try it as well. And it's more affordable on the pocket if you are just getting into your wellness journey and budgeting.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing, you can try it, see if you like it, and then maybe buy a bigger pack. Maybe you want to swap it up for something else. And, you know, you're not just confined to smoothies. You could try and make a smoothie, or you could make a smoothie bowl and incorporate beautiful fresh fruit and some nuts and seeds, a granola. So it really is about having fun with your food. You know, food is a pleasure, and I feel like we should just enjoy it and have fun with it. Because the more we can do that, then the more it's beneficial for our health. You know, I once heard a saying that, you know, if you're in love and you're eating a piece of chocolate cake, what that does for your body could be better than, you know, you sitting by yourself alone in a bad mood, you know, drinking your greens. So at the end of the day, it's also the environment in which you're consuming it in and how you're feeling when you're eating your food as well. So yeah. I think there's a lot to consider.
I absolutely love that saying. I'm going to find the full quote and pop it down below. On the Wellness Warehouse website, and I discovered it when I moved to Cape Town, I love the site is broken down. And listen, I'm not, for anyone that's watching, I'm not sponsored by Wellness Warehouse. They haven't paid for the segment. We are just chatting and answering questions. So just so that everyone knows, I'm a big fan of the brand. But on the site, you actually have sections broken down in terms of health, in terms of any queries, so you can align and you make recommendations. So if I'm feeling sinusy or I'm looking for a superfood, it's broken down into various health and wellness categories as well.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And I think that's where we are perhaps different from some other retailers in terms of what we offer, which I'm really happy about, is this understanding that everyone's health and wellness needs are unique. So we have in each of our stores trained wellness consultants. So if you come in as a customer, you can come and engage with our staff, with our wellness consultants, and they will be able to really support you and help guide you. They're not doctors, but
so they're on the floor.
They're on the floor, yes.
Are they on the floor?
Yeah, many of them are homeopaths, have, you know, a wellness background. We put them through our training academy, which is quite rigorous training. So they really know what they're talking about. They're not going to guide you to the most expensive product. They're going to hear you out. They're going to understand where you're coming from as an individual, and then they're going to provide guidance and advice accordingly. So I really like that addition, this idea of personalized service. And going back to the website, you can actually go onto the website too, and there is a little portal where you can send a message to our wellness team regarding your health and wellness or any concerns or queries that you might have, and then we will get back to you. So whether you choose to engage with us in store or online, we have that facility available. And I think it's so important, certainly as a brand, and what I'm also really passionate is, you know, educating in the space. So going back to this idea of, you know, how can we help each other? Let's share the knowledge, let's support each other. And so that's really important for us.
I love that. And I'm in the store regularly, and I never ask questions because I always know what I'm going in for, and I do my research before I get in store. But I love that idea of the wellness consultant answering questions, and the fact that it's not just, it's someone that's gone through the training, that understands and actually spends time listening to you. So that's a really nice addition, as well as the website section, having your health questions, because it is overwhelming when it comes to health and fitness and wellness. I still get overwhelmed when I have to ask a question. I still get nervous if I walk into a fitness studio. So, and I'm on TV and radio every day. So for me to feel overwhelmed, I can just imagine how other people feel when it comes to talking about their health and wellness. So that's a really nice addition. Well done to you and the team.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. And last point on that, we've got some really exciting projects in the line, which include new store design. So we're really excited about that, and it'll be a whole new sort of store experience. So that's what the future of wellness is going to look like. So so keep a lookout for advancements in the space.
Oh, we're excited about that. And you mentioned future of wellness. So we've got a sneak peek of future of wellness warehouse. Any sneak peeks or predictions of what we can expect in the terms of health and wellness going forward to 2021?
Going forward into 2021, I think people are, and what I've been hearing too, is people becoming increasingly aware of how important good quality sleep is. So sleep is something that's just been sidelined. That whole sleep when you're dead, which is so outdated. So it's absolutely vital. If you're not sleeping enough, you can be eating as healthily as you want to, you can be exercising as much as you want to, but you're not going to be actual optimal health. So, I think especially during this time with heightened levels of anxiety and tension, many people's sleep routines have been thrown off. So it's just understanding the importance of that component, because essentially everything feeds on from that. So I would say that's going to be a key consideration. And then I think we're just going to see a lot more what's been happening in terms of, these farmers markets coming up, increased awareness around the importance of healthy living and healthy eating. As you said, it's so exciting. I was also in Johannesburg last week, and it's really exciting to see the wellness space gain momentum there. I think there's just so much scope. And I met with some incredible people who are doing really great things in the wellness space. So I think there's a lot that we're going to see.
I'm really excited. And I think we should definitely catch up early in the new year and do another Fitness Friday live and see how those predictions are that we've just chatted about, see how they're coming to the forefront. Kate, thank you so much for your time. If anyone wants to reach out to the Wellness Warehouse team, what's the best platform? Or are you considered across all platforms?
So if you want to reach out to us, if you have a health-related query, just please go onto our website, www.wellnesswarehouse.com. You can pop your question there, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, you're welcome to contact me directly, kate@wellnesswarehouse.com, and then I can guide your query accordingly. We're always so happy to engage with our community and hear what you have to say. So, it's an open portal, and we're happy to engage.
Kate, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to catching up in the new year. I have posted that smoothie recipe down below, so if anyone wants to see my smoothie recipe with the ingredients I've made from Wellness Warehouse, it is in the comment section below. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch up again soon.
Super, thanks, Liezel, and thanks everyone for joining.
Thanks so much, Kate. It was really great having you guys join us live for Fitness Friday. Back again next Friday at noon, and Fitness Friday is not about guests that I choose. I hear recommendations. I get emails from you asking me for certain guests or recommending guests. So just email me, creative@thegiraffebrand.com. Perhaps you know someone that specializes and talks about sleep and is really knowledgeable about sleep. We'd love to have them on a Fitness Friday. Or perhaps you know of an incredible coach doing great things in your community. Doesn't have to be Cape Town based, Joburg based, doesn't have to be South African based. We want to feature them here. So email me, creative@thegiraffebrand.com. If you want to get hold of Kate, wellnesswarehouse.com or kate@wellnesswarehouse.com. From me, Liezel V, have yourself a fit weekend, but remember, have fun with your fitness. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Stay healthy and stay safe, and we'll catch up next Friday at noon. Cheers.